Hey everyone, what's up? So you guys remember Obito Uchiha, right? From Naruto Shippuden. Well, I made a PCB badge of him. Cool, right?
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
So this is my Obito Uchiha badge, which is made from an FR4 PCB board. Obito Uchiha had a Sharingan in one eye and Rinnegan in another eye. But in this PCB edition, Sharingan is imitated by three blue LEDs, which are constantly blinking in a chaser sequence, and a purple LED which will imitate the Rinnegan. But wait, Sharingan is red, right? Well, yes, its color is red, but I currently don't have any red LEDs, so I'm just gonna use these blue LEDs for now. So recently, I've been making these cool looking badges of nerdy stuff from movies and animes. One of the easy way of making these badges is 3D printing, but you see it's more convenient to make these badges from PCB. Let me tell you why. Badge shape can be made in PCB CAD software. We can add our character's drawing on the PCB sill screen, then place components like LEDs around the drawing. In the end, we generate its Gerber data and send it to a PCB manufacturer. That PCB manufacturer will produce this badge professionally, and we don't have to do anything except for unboxing and assembly process. By the way, I use PCBWay service for this PCB badge this time. More about that in few minutes. So you're a newbie who just got into the PCB designing, but you don't know how to make this kind of art-ish project with your current PCB CAD software. Well, don't worry. Let me show you how you can make this kind of project in few easy ways. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Now in order to get started with any badge PCB project, you first need an electronic setup that you will put on your badge. You could also not add this stuff and make a completely empty PCB badge with only art stuff on it, but adding LEDs to a badge make it more better as lighting can improve its overall impact. In easy words, add at least a few LEDs to make your badge look cool. Got it? Next, after finalizing the schematic, we search for our drawing or illustration that we can add to our PCB sill screen. In this badge of mine, I first search for a black and white image. Why black and white image? Why not use a color image? You see, most of the PCB manufacturer use black and white sill screen. Coloring the whole PCB is possible, but it's very expensive and it will require a lot of sill screen color and a whole another process. So this is one reason why most of the PCB manufacturer do not have the multicolor sill screen process, because it would cost more. So we have to design our board in such a way that we can use a black and white image and use the black and white color to our advantage. After getting an image, which was this, I first remove its background and make it white. Next, we convert this image into a BMP image, as my software only imports logos in BMP format, which is a standard format for importing image. But other software include adding PNG, so you can skip this converting process and import your image into the PCB CAD software. Well, how to do that? Well, in my case, I'm using OrCAD software. I have to make a logo file first, then add the image into this logo file. Then later, I can import the logo file into my PCB design. This process is long, and your software probably can directly import the image. So search around for any imported image option or just Google how you can do that in your PCB CAD software. Next, we place all the component around the logo. Like in my case, LEDs are this character's eyes, so I have to put them on his eyes. Then we connect tracks and do the general thing which is required in a PCB designing process, which is to connect track one by one. In the end, we make an outline around the image and make a hole for the ID card strap. Then we have to import the Gerber data and our PCB making process is completed. But before sending the PCB file to a manufacturer, open the Gerber data in any PCB rendering software. Your software already have this feature, so just see how your PCB will look after getting manufactured. After making sure that everything is fine, we send it to any PCB manufacturer. Like in my case, I send the Gerber data to PCBWay for samples. Because I am making this badge from a black and white image, I choose white solder mask and black silk screen for this project. I received PCBs in a week and the PCBs were nice as expected. I really like the quality of the white solder mask, and it was a tough job as the silk screen that I have laid out on this board was not completely symmetrical. But PCBWay did an excellent job of manufacturing the PCB with no error whatsoever. PCBWay, you guys rock. Check out PCBWay for getting great PCB service at a less cost. The assembly process of this badge include 4 different processes, which are solder paste dispensing, pick and place process, hot plate reflow process, and adding the THT components. Let's start with the first process, which is the solder paste dispensing process. This process is an easy one. We first add solder paste to the pad of each component manually one by one. Solder paste, if you don't know, is a mixture of tiny solder ball and flux. Because solder balls are so tiny, this mixture looks and feel like a paste. We apply solder paste with the solder paste dispenser syringe, or a proper method is to use stencil here, which I don't have. Next, we carefully pick all the components with an ESD tweezer and place them in their assigned place one by one. Then after doing this pick and place process, we carefully lift the whole PCB and place it on a hot plate. I'm using my good old DIY hot plate which I made few months ago. I made a video about it which you can check out. But basically in this hot plate reflow process, the surface heat up to the solder paste melting temperature and the solder paste slowly melts. After few minutes, when the solder paste is completely melted, we remove the PCB and let it cool down for a moment. In the end, we add THT components to this PCB, which are ATtiny13, microcontroller, USB port, switch and header pin. After doing this, our badge is completed, but it still doesn't do anything. That because we need to add code to the ATtiny13. This is the code that I have used in this project. It's a simple chaser sketch which toggle each MOSFET in a chasing sequence. Pretty simple stuff. As for the flashing process, we cannot directly program ATtiny through any USB. I mean, there's a method for programming the ATtiny straight from the USB port, but I'm not doing that. Instead, I'll be using the ISP flashing method, which will utilize the SPI pin of ATtiny to burn the bootloader in it and then flash it. Before starting the flashing process, we first need to download and install the ATtiny core files in the Arduino IDE, which you can download from here. AVR chip usually come in blank, so they need to be set up with an Arduino IDE compatible board, but to do that we need an AVR programmer. For example, a USB ASP. Fun fact, you could make your own AVR programmer with an Arduino Uno or a Nano board in few easy steps. Connect your Arduino board with the COM port and select the following sketch. Example Arduino ISP. Upload this sketch to your board. After uploading the sketch, go to the tool menu and choose the Arduino as ISP option in the programmer section. Now for flashing the ATtiny13, we can select the ATtiny13 in the board selection. Wire the ATtiny with the Arduino in this way. Also, right after uploading the ISP sketch to your Arduino board, do not forget to add a 10 UF capacitor between reset and ground pin of your Arduino board. Instead of using an Arduino Uno or Nano for this flashing method, I will use my DIY ATtiny programmer which I made for flashing the ATtiny or Atmega MCU, which you can check out from here. Connect the board to the Arduino as ISP setup in the above wiring configuration. Choose the right port, then write programmer, which is the Arduino as ISP, and hit burn bootloader. Now wait for a few seconds and you will get done burning bootloader message. Now open the sketch that you want to upload to your ATtiny. Go to the sketch menu and select upload using programmer. And your sketch will get uploaded onto the ATtiny 13. As you can see right here, LEDs are working nicely and they look pretty cool. Well, I am currently working on some new PCB badges that I will post soon. Till then, do not forget to hit the subscribe button or leave a like or a comment. Check out this project page for more detail about this process. And I'll see you guys with the next project soon. Peace out.